Some people run marathons at 84, others struggle to climb stairs at 50. The difference isn't in their genes, it's a discovery that traditional medicine still doesn't fully understand. What I'm about to reveal today transformed not only the life of one specific patient, but my own understanding of what truly controls human aging. 3 years ago, a remarkable 84-year-old man walked into my office. His blood tests showed inflammation markers so low, they were like those of someone 30 years younger. His blood pressure was perfect, his energy levels extraordinary. But the most striking thing wasn't the numbers. It was the vitality that radiated from him. The way he walked, talked, thought, as if time had stopped for him at 50. When I asked him his secret, he smiled and said something that changed my perspective on aging forever. "Doctor," he said, "I discovered my body listens to every word I think and speak. And 5 years ago, I started talking to it in a completely different way. At that moment, I thought it was just another case of positive thinking. I was completely wrong. Over the next few months, I closely followed his routine. I documented every detail. I analyzed his biomarkers monthly, and I discovered something that modern neuroscience is only beginning to grasp. There's a daily ritual, composed of specific sequences of words, that literally reprograms the expression of his genes. I'm not talking about self-help. I'm talking about molecular biology, about how certain phrases, spoken in a specific sequence, activate longevity genes and deactivate aging genes. Have you ever noticed how some people seem to age suddenly after a loss, a retirement, or a medical diagnosis? And how others, even facing adversity, maintain a youthful energy that defies their age? The difference lies in internal language, in the constant dialogue we have with our bodies. Your body possesses an internal communication system more sophisticated than any computer. Each cell has receptors that pick up not only chemical substances, but also the vibrational frequencies of the words you think and speak. When you repeat phrases like, "I'm getting old," "My body can't take it anymore," "I don't have any energy left," every day, you're sending specific chemical instructions to your cells. These words release cortisol, reduce growth hormone production, accelerate telomere shortening, and activate chronic inflammation genes. It's as if you're programming your body to age faster. But there's another way, a form of language that does the exact opposite. For decades of medical practice, I've observed that patients with extraordinary recoveries had something in common. They all developed, consciously or unconsciously, specific patterns of internal language that activated healing and rejuvenation systems. The ritual I'm about to reveal isn't mystical. It's based on 3 fundamental scientific pillars: neuroplasticity, epigenetics, and psychoneuroimmunology. First pillar, neuroplasticity. Your brain physically changes based on the thoughts you repeat. Every word you think forms new neural connections and strengthens or weakens specific pathways. Second pillar, epigenetics. Your genes are not your destiny. Your internal environment, created by your emotions and thoughts, determines which genes are activated or silenced. Third pillar, psychoneuroimmunology. There's a direct communication between the mind, the nervous system, and the immune system. Specific words can strengthen or weaken your immunity. Now, take a deep breath, because I'm going to share the exact ritual that this 84-year-old patient developed. He discovered that there are 3 critical moments of the day when this reprogramming is most effective: upon waking, before meals, and before falling asleep. At these times, the brain is in specific brainwave states that maximize the absorption of new information by biological systems. The ritual consists of 3 specific sequences of affirmations, each targeting a different bodily system. First sequence, cellular renewal. Upon waking, before even opening his eyes, he mentally pronounces, "Every cell in my body renews itself with perfect energy and vitality. My biological age reverses with each passing day. I am younger today than I was yesterday." These words aren't random. They contain specific sound, frequencies that stimulate the production of growth hormones and activate longevity genes like SIRT1 and FOXO3 genes. Second sequence, vital energy. Before each meal, he says, "My body transforms this food into pure energy and youth. Each nutrient fuels my vitality and strengthens my longevity. I absorb only what rejuvenates me." This sequence optimizes digestion, improves nutrient absorption, and reduces intestinal inflammatory processes that accelerate aging. Third sequence, nightly regeneration. Before sleeping. During sleep, my body regenerates completely. Each organ renews itself. Each system optimizes. I will wake up younger, stronger, more vital. During sleep, the body performs the main repair processes. This linguistic programming enhances the release of growth hormone and improves the quality of cellular regeneration. But here's the secret that few know. It's not just what you say, but how you say it. The ritual should be accompanied by a specific breathing technique that amplifies the effect of words on the nervous system. A slow inhalation of 4 seconds, a hold of 4 seconds, an exhalation of 6 seconds. This sequence activates the parasympathetic nervous system, putting the body in a state of healing and regeneration. And there's a crucial emotional component. You must feel genuine gratitude for every word spoken. The emotion of gratitude releases oxytocin and endorphins that enhance all the beneficial effects. In 3 months of applying this ritual, my patient's blood tests showed significant reductions in inflammation markers. In 6 months, his telomeres, indicators of cellular aging, began to lengthen. Even more impressive, his physical energy increased dramatically. He started walking 10 miles a day. He resumed hobbies abandoned decades ago. His memory became sharper than that of people 20 years younger. But what impressed me most was the transformation in his neurological exams. At 84, his mental agility and learning capacity rivaled those of people in their 40s. You might be thinking, is this possible for anyone? The answer is yes. Since then, I've adapted this protocol for hundreds of patients. The results are consistent and measurable. What we've discovered is that aging, as we know it, is largely a linguistic program we install in ourselves through decades of negative self-talk. Dr. Mario Puig explains, when you change that program, the body responds immediately, not in weeks or months. In days, patients report more energy in the first week, better sleep quality by the second week, and a reduction in chronic pain within the first month. And the effects amplify over time. It's as if the body, finally receiving instructions for renewal instead of deterioration, remembers how to function optimally. There's something deeper happening here, something that conventional medicine is only beginning to understand. Your body doesn't age because it has to age. It ages because it receives constant instructions to do so. Every time you look in the mirror and think, "I'm getting older," you send chemical signals that accelerate that process. Every time you feel pain and think, "My body is deteriorating," you activate inflammatory cascades that perpetuate and intensify that pain. Every time you feel tired and think, "I don't have the energy I used to," you suppress the production of ATP, the energy currency of cells. But when you consciously reverse this programming, something extraordinary happens. Your body begins to behave as if it were younger because it's receiving messages of youth. It's like you've been driving a high-performance car in first gear your whole life, and finally discover there are other gears. The ritual I've shared is just the beginning. There's an entire science behind the language of rejuvenation, and each word has a specific purpose in biological reprogramming. But there's something even deeper I need to reveal. Something that completely changed my understanding of what we're truly capable of. 6 months ago, a 78-year-old woman arrived at my office in a wheelchair. Severe arthritis, advanced osteoporosis, 3 spinal surgeries. Doctors said she would never walk normally again. I applied an advanced version of the ritual with her. In 2 months, she was walking without support. In 4 months, she was practicing Pilates. Her bone scans showed regeneration that specialists called impossible. What did she do differently? She discovered the second level of the ritual, the language of direct cellular command. While the first ritual programs the overall system, this second level allows specific communication with individual organs, tissues, and systems. It works like this. You identify the area of the body that needs regeneration and establish a direct dialogue with it. For fragile bones, my bones absorb calcium perfectly. Every day they become denser, stronger, more resilient. My bone structure completely renews itself. For painful joints, my joints produce abundant synovial fluid. Every movement strengthens them. Perfect flexibility and mobility are my natural state. For the cardiovascular system, my heart beats with perfect strength and rhythm. My arteries are flexible and unobstructed. My circulation rejuvenates my entire body. The secret lies in specificity. The more precise you are, the more targeted the biological response will be. But here comes the most revolutionary aspect, the language of time reversal. For decades, we believed that time only moves forward in the human body. We've discovered that's not true. There are documented cases of the reversal of biological markers through specific protocols of internal language. The protocol works through what we call time anchors. You identify a time in your life when you felt at the peak of physical and mental vitality. It could be at 25, 35, or 45 years old. Then, daily, you anchor that energetic identity through specific affirmations. My body perfectly remembers what it was like at 35. Every cell returns to that state of energy and vitality. I am that version of myself. Now, it's not visualization. It's epigenetic reprogramming through language. Your genes have memory. They know what it was like to function when you were 30, 40, 50 years old. The ritual awakens this cellular memory. One of the most impressive cases was a 71-year-old patient who developed metabolic syndrome, type 2 diabetes, high blood pressure, high cholesterol. After 6 months of the time reversal protocol, anchored to his 45-year-old self, all markers normalized. They didn't just improve, they completely normalized. The endocrinologists were perplexed. They had never seen such a complete reversal of metabolic syndrome solely through changes in internal language. But there's an even more powerful third level, the language of life, purpose. We've discovered that the human body possesses longevity systems that only activate when they perceive that there's still an important mission to fulfill. When you linguistically program a clear and elevated purpose for your longevity, dormant biological systems awaken. My body stays young and vital because I have an important mission to fulfill. Every additional day of life is an opportunity to contribute and positively impact the world. This programming activates what scientists call purpose genes, genetic sequences that express themselves when the organism identifies evolutionary reasons to prolong life. Studies with centenarians show that they all have a clear sense of purpose and mission. It's not a coincidence. It's biology. When your body understands that you still have important work to do, It allocates resources to keep you functioning optimally. Now, I'm going to reveal the complete protocol that synthesizes all these levels. Morning, general activation, 5 minutes of conscious breathing, followed by cellular renewal affirmations. Midday, specific command. Identify an area of the body that needs attention and establish direct dialogue for 3 minutes. Afternoon, time anchor, 10 minutes visualizing and anchoring the energy of a specific age from the past. Night, vital purpose. Declare your mission and how your young and vital body serves that purpose. Each phase has a specific duration because we've discovered that different types of reprogramming require different amounts of time to become fixed in the nervous system. But here's what no one else is saying about longevity. Aging is not an inevitable biological process. It's a social program we've internalized. Since childhood, we're conditioned to believe that aging means deterioration, that at 60, we should retire, at 70, we should be cared for, at 80, we should prepare to depart. These beliefs become self-fulfilling prophecies. Cultures where aging is synonymous with wisdom and power, not deterioration, have exceptional rates of healthy longevity. In Japan, there's a concept called ikigai, a reason for being. Elderly individuals with a strong sense of ikigai live decades beyond the expected lifespan, enjoying exceptional quality of life. In Sardinia, elders are seen as the keepers of family wisdom. They remain active, respected, and vibrant well into their advanced years. The common denominator, a positive internal narrative about aging, and a clear sense of ongoing purpose. Here in the West, we've developed a language of discard, retirement as the end of usefulness, age is synonymous with limitation. This language prematurely kills more people than any disease. When you consciously change this programming, extraordinary results become not just possible, but inevitable. My 84-year-old patient doesn't just feel like he's 50. His tests confirm that biologically he has the biomarkers of someone much younger. It's not a miracle. It's the conscious application of science that's still being uncovered. You can start today, right now. Close your eyes for a moment, breathe deeply, and declare with conviction, my body is a perfect regeneration machine. Every thought I think fuels my youth and vitality. I am younger and more vibrant with each passing day. Feel these words penetrating every cell. Allow this new programming to settle into your nervous system. This is the first step in your transformation. Over the next 30 days, if you consistently apply these protocols, you'll begin to notice measurable changes. More energy in the morning, more restful sleep, reduced chronic pain, improved mood and disposition. In 90 days, people close to you will start commenting on your younger appearance, your distinct energy. In 6 months, your medical tests will reflect the real biological transformation, but the most profound transformation is in your identity. You stop seeing yourself as someone who is aging and become someone who is perfecting themselves. Aging becomes evolving. Each additional year represents greater wisdom, greater capacity, greater contribution. Your body understands this. New language and responds accordingly. This knowledge isn't for everyone. It's for those who are ready to take full responsibility for their aging process, for those who understand that healthy longevity isn't luck or genetics, but a conscious choice and the application of specific principles. Are you ready to become living proof that aging as we know it is optional? Ready to surprise your doctors with tests that defy your chronological age? Ready to become an inspiration for others who believe that youth is a privilege only for the young? If your answer is yes, start today. Start now. In the comments, share which of the 3 affirmation sequences resonated most with you. This will help me create even more specific content for your rejuvenation journey. And if you know someone who needs to hear this message, someone who has resigned themselves to aging as an inevitable fate. Share this knowledge, because true youth has no age. It has consciousness, and consciousness doesn't age, it evolves.